Hi, Arya. I heard you want to learn about the phrasal verb save up. Do you know what it means?
Hi, George. Can you explain it to me?
Of course. Save up means to keep money aside over time so you can buy something or achieve a financial goal.
So it's like putting money in a piggy bank?
Exactly. If you have a long-term goal, like buying a bike, you save up by setting aside money regularly until you have enough for it.
Why do people say up and save up?
Great question. Up here suggests accumulation or building. It emphasizes gathering more and more money over time.
That makes sense. Can you give me an example of how I'd use it in a sentence?
Sure, you might say, I'm saving up for a new laptop. It tells others you're collecting money to buy one.
Thanks, George. Now I understand.
Imagine you have a very hard test, Arya. You are not sure if you will pass,
Yes, I know that feeling. It can be scary.
right? But then you get your scores and you just pass, like by 1 point or 2.
That is a relief. But what do we call that in English?
We have a special phrasal verb for that, scrape through.
Scrape through? Can you explain it, please?
It means to just barely succeed in something. Not by much, but enough.
So if I get 51 out of 100 on a test, I scrape through?
Yes, exactly, Arya. You don't do great, but you pass, and that is the important part.
Thanks for explaining, George.
Anytime, Arya. Arya, I was thinking about a mistake I made last week. It reminded me of the phrase, screw up.
Screw up? What does that mean, George?
It means to make a mistake or do something wrong. Like, if you try to bake a cake, but forget to add sugar, you've screwed up the cake.
If I forget my homework, did I screw up?
Yes, exactly. It's a common way to say you made a mistake, and it's not just for big mistakes. It can be small ones, too.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Sure, I screwed up on my test because I didn't study enough.
Thanks, George. Can it be used for things that aren't serious?
Yes, like if you pick the wrong movie for movie night, you can say, I screwed up by choosing a boring film.
It's like saying, oops, I made a mistake.
Right. It's casual and friendly. Just be careful using it with people you need to show respect to.
Thanks, George.
Arya, imagine you need to make a cake. What do you think you should do first?
I guess I should check if I have all the ingredients.
Right. Now, if you use the phrase see about, it's like checking or arranging something. It's a way to say you'll make sure you have the cake ingredients.
So see about means to check or arrange something?
Yes. For example, if you want to buy concert tickets, you'd see about getting them, meaning you'll arrange or check how to get them.
Like when I plan a trip, I should see about the flights and hotels?
Exactly. You arrange and make sure everything is ready. It's a useful phrase when organizing things.
I see. So I can use see about at work too?
Yes. If your boss asks you to see about a report, it means to check or ensure it's done.
Thanks, George. It's clearer now.
Hi, Arya. Today, I want to talk about the phrasal verb see around. Have you ever heard it before?
Hey, George, could you explain it?
Absolutely. See around is a casual way of saying you will meet someone again in the future. It's often used when you're parting and expect to see the person soon.
So would it be like saying I'll see you later?
Exactly. It implies a sense of familiarity and expectation that you'll meet again without specifying a time or place. It's quite informal and friendly.
Interesting. Is it used only in spoken language or is it found in writing too?
It's primarily used in spoken conversations, like when saying goodbye to a friend or colleague. You might not see it much in formal writing.
Could you give me an example of it in a sentence?
Sure, imagine you've just had coffee with a friend. As you're leaving, you might say, all right, see you around.
That makes sense. It sounds very useful in casual settings.
Yes, it's a great way to keep the tone light and friendly when saying goodbye. Just remember, it's mostly an informal expression.
Got it, George. Thanks for explaining see around to me.
Aria, have you ever been to the airport to see someone leave?
Yes, I have. I was there to say goodbye to my friend.
Exactly. When you go to say goodbye like that, you see off your friend.
So see off means to say goodbye?
Right. It's when you go with someone to a place, like an airport or train station, and you say goodbye before they leave.
Can you use see off for other places too?
Yes, you can see someone off at a bus stop or when they leave your home.
Interesting. Do people always see off their friends?
Not always, but it's common for important trips or long journeys.
If my family comes to my school, is that see off?
Yes, if they visit to say goodbye before you leave for a trip, it's seeing off.
Thanks for explaining. I'll try to use see off more.
You're welcome, Aria. Hi, Aria. Today let's discuss the phrasal verb see out. Have you heard of it before?
What does see out mean?
Great question. See out means to continue with an activity or situation until it reaches its natural or intended end.
Could you give me an example to better understand it?
Sure. Imagine you're watching a movie you find boring, but you decide to see it out and watch until the end.
That makes sense. So it's like staying committed to something even if it's not enjoyable?
Exactly, Aria. It's about perseverance and completing what you've started.
Can see out be used in situations other than movies?
Absolutely. For example, you might be involved in a long project at work. Even if it's challenging, you decide to see the project out until it's done.
Thanks for the explanation, George. It's helpful to know how see out is used.
You're welcome, Aria. Aria, have you ever watched a magic show with tricks?
Yes, I have. Those tricks are fun to watch, but I sometimes think I can see through them.
Perfect. See through is what I want to talk about today. Do you know what it means?
Maybe. Is it about seeing something clear?
That's one use, but when we say see through, it also means to understand someone's plan or trick.
Like knowing the magician's secret?
Exactly. If someone tells a lie and you understand it's not true, you see through the lie.
Like being smart and not getting fooled, right?
Yes, you can see through things when you're aware and paying attention.
I get it now. It's like seeing behind the curtain in a play.
That's a nice example. It shows you're understanding it well.
Thanks, George. It's cool to know what see-through means.
Imagine you own a garden and the plants need water. What would you do?
I would water the plants and take care of them.
Exactly. See to means to take care of something or make sure it gets done.
If the plants need water, I see to them?
Yes, that's right. You make sure they get the water they need.
Interesting. Can see to be used in other ways too?
Absolutely. If your friend asks for help with homework, you can say, I'll see to it. That means you will help.
So it's like a promise to do something.
Yes, it shows you will take action and handle the situation.
I think I get it now.
Great. Remember, it's like saying, I will do that, or I will take care of it.
Thanks, George.
Imagine you lose your favorite book. What would you do next, Aria?
I would look for it, check my room and other places.
Exactly. When you actively try to find something special, you seek out the object or thing.
So seek out is like searching, but more focused?
Yes, that's right. It's about finding something specific, not just seeing, but looking hard for it.
Is it only used for objects like a book?
No, you can seek out people or experiences too, like seeking out a good friend or a new hobby.
So it's like trying to find something important?
Yes, you got it. It means wanting to discover or learn new things as well.
Can I say I seek out new places to visit?
Absolutely. That's a perfect way to use it. You're looking for new places that interest you.
Thanks, George. Now I can use seek out.
Look, Arya, have you ever tried to get rid of things you don't need?
Yes, sometimes I have too many old clothes. Why do you ask, George?
Well, we can talk about sell-off now. It means to sell things quickly, often at a lower price.
Like when stores have big sales to make space for new things?
Exactly. Stores might sell off items to clear space or because they want cash fast.
Why would anyone sell off rather than just sell?
Sometimes they need quick cash, or maybe they want to reduce what they own fast.
I see. And is sell off used for big things too?
Definitely, companies can sell off parts of their business to focus on their main goals.
Interesting. So it's not just for small items.
Right, it's useful in many situations.
Thanks, George. Now I understand sell off better.
Hey Arya, have you ever been to a concert that had no tickets left?
Yes, once. I tried to get tickets, but they were all gone.
That's called a sellout. The tickets sold out when there are none left.
So sell out means all tickets are sold.
Exactly. And it can also mean when a product in a store is all bought and there's nothing left.
So if a book is very popular and everyone buys it, it can sell out, right?
Yes, that's right. It means it's very popular and everyone wants it.
But can sell out mean something else too?
Yes, sometimes people say a person sells out when they do something for money that they don't really believe in.
Like if someone changes their music style just to make money.
Exactly. It's like they give up their true self for money.
Thanks, George. Now I understand sell out.
You're welcome, Arya. Arya, imagine you buy a shirt online and it doesn't fit. What can you do?
I guess I'd have to return it.
Yes, exactly. But in English, you can say send back instead of return.
So send back is like mail it to the store again?
Correct. You send it back to the store because it's not right for you.
Does send back work for other things too, like food?
Yes, if you get a meal in a restaurant and it's wrong, you can send it back to the kitchen.
That makes sense. What if I get a wrong item in the mail?
You can also send that back to the company, just like the shirt.
And you can use this for gifts too?
Yes, if you don't want a gift, you can send it back to the person who gave it to you.
Thanks, George. Now I know how to use send back.
Hi, Arya. Do you have a moment? I want to explain something.
Sure, George. What is it about?
It's about the phrasal verb send for. Do you know what it means?
I think I have heard it, but can you explain it?
No problem. Send for means to ask someone to come to you, usually by a message.
Like inviting someone to your house?
Yes, kind of, but it's more about asking them to come for a task or help.
Can you give me an example, George?
Sure, if you are sick, you might send for a doctor to come to your house.
I see. So it's like calling someone to do something important?
Exactly, Arya. Or if your car breaks down, you might send for a mechanic.
That makes sense. Thanks for explaining, George.
You're welcome, Arya. It's a useful phrasal verb to know. Arya, think about when you hear someone say send off. What comes to mind?
Maybe when you put something in the mail.
Exactly. Send off means to mail or deliver something, like when you send off a letter to a friend.
It's like making something travel to another place.
Yes, and we also use send off in sports, like when a player is told to leave the game for breaking the rules.
Ah, like a red card in soccer. The player is sent off the field, right?
That's right. The player is sent off and cannot play anymore.
Thanks, George. So it's about sending things or people away?
Exactly, Arya. It's like a goodbye for an item or a person.
Now I understand better. It's a useful phrase.
Hi, Arya. Do you know what the phrasal verb send out means?
Can you explain it to me?
Of course. Send out means to give or deliver something to many people.
Like sending a letter to lots of friends?
Yes, exactly. Imagine I have letters for my friends. I can send out those letters.
So it's like giving information to many people at once.
Yes, that's right. You can send out an invite for a party or send out news to friends.
Can companies use send out too?
Yes, companies often send out emails to customers or send out flyers to tell about new things.
I understand now. It's about sharing with a group of people.
You got it, Arya. It's a useful way to share information quickly.
Thanks, George.
Arya, I saw you were busy with that big project. How do you begin such tasks?
I just set about it. Do you know what that means?
Can you explain?
Sure. Set about means to start doing something, especially a task or job.
Like when you decide to start cleaning your room.
Exactly. If you set about cleaning, you are starting to clean.
Does it only work for cleaning or other things too?
It works for anything. You can set about cooking, studying, or even painting.
Great, that makes sense.
Yes, starting and getting into the action, like when you set about making plans.
Thanks, Arya. Imagine a scene in a movie where a city is dark because of a storm. What if we say, the bright colors are set against the dark sky?
That sounds interesting. What does set against mean here, George?
Set against means to place something next to or in contrast to something else. In our movie scene, the bright colors look more vivid next to the dark sky.
It's like showing a big difference to make something stand out more.
Exactly, Arya. When something is set against another thing, the contrast makes each item clearer or stronger.
Can this be used with people too, like in stories?
Yes, it can. For example, if a kind person is set against a mean person in a story, their personalities stand out more.
Thanks, George. Now I understand how set against shows contrast in different situations.
You're welcome, Arya. Imagine you have a busy day, Arya. How do you make time for things that matter?
I guess I try to plan my day. Why do you ask?
That's a great approach. When we talk about time, there's a phrasal verb you might use, set aside.
Set aside, what does it mean?
Set aside means to save or keep something for later. It can be time, money, or even space.
Like when I save money for a trip?
Exactly. You're setting aside money for your vacation. It's important to prioritize what you save or keep for later.
Can I use it with time too?
Yes, you can set aside time for studying, relaxing, or anything important to you.
That makes sense. Thanks, George.
No problem, Arya. Imagine you have a plan to finish a book this week, but you get sick. What happens to your plan?
It gets delayed. I can't finish in time.
That's right. When something happens and makes a plan take more time, we can use set back. Being sick set back your reading plan.
So it's like a delay?
Exactly. Set back means to delay or slow progress. If a project is set back, it means it takes longer.
Can you give another example?
Sure, if a storm damages a house, fixing it can be set back by weeks because of the repairs.
When things happen and we must wait.
Yes, it can mean things take more time than we wanted.
Does it always mean something bad happened?
Not always bad, but usually unplanned. Like traffic can set back your travel time.
Got it. Thanks, George.
You know, Arya, there's this interesting expression, set down. Ever heard of it?
Not really, George. What does set down mean?
Imagine you're holding a cup. When you place the cup on a table carefully, you set down the cup.
So set down is like putting something on a surface calmly?
Exactly. It's about placing something gently, like when a teacher sets down a book on a desk.
I see. Can it mean anything else?
Yes, it can also mean writing something, like you set down your thoughts in a diary.
Writing down my plans in my journal?
Right. It's taking ideas from your mind and putting them on paper.
Is set down only for writing and placing?
Mostly yes, but think about rules. Sometimes we set down rules, meaning we create and make them clear.
So it's like making things clear or official too?
Precisely, Arya. You got it. Today, let's talk about the phrasal verb set in.
Great. Can you explain it to me, George?
Of course, set in is used when something begins and is likely to continue for a while. For example, weather changes or feelings.
Like when winter sets in, it means winter is starting and it will be cold for some time?
Exactly. You've got it right. Can you think of another example?
Maybe when a bad mood sets in after a long day?
Yes, that's a good example. It means the bad mood starts and stays for a while.
What about rain? If rain sets in, does that mean it's going to rain for a long time?
Precisely. When rain sets in, it means the rain has started and might continue for hours.
Thanks, George. This makes it clearer. So set in is about something starting and lasting for a time?
Yes, Arya, you understood perfectly. Arya, imagine you have a loud alarm clock. What happens when it rings in the morning?
It wakes me up.
Exactly. That's like one meaning of set off. It means to make something start, usually something loud.
So set off means to start something?
Yes, but it can also mean to begin a journey. Like when you leave home to go on a trip, you set off.
If I take a train to visit my grandma, I set off on my trip, right?
And in some cases, set off can mean to make something explode.
Like fireworks?
Yes, when you light them, they set off.
So it's about starting things like an alarm, a journey, or fireworks.
Right, set off is used to begin things or make them happen.
That's cool, George. It's easy to remember. Thanks.
Have you ever heard of the phrasal verb set out?
Hi, George. I'm not too clear on what it means.
No worries. Set out has a couple of meanings. Primarily, it means to begin a journey or start a task with a specific goal in mind.
If someone is setting out on a journey, they're starting their trip?
Exactly. It's often used to describe the beginning of a travel adventure. For example, they set out at sunrise to climb the mountain.
Got it. But you mentioned it can be used for tasks too?
Yes, if someone is setting out to achieve a goal, it means they're beginning work on something to accomplish it.
Like she set out to write a novel this year?
Perfect example, Arya. It's all about initiating action towards a target or objective.
Thanks, George.
Have you ever seen how a tent is put together at a campsite?
Yes, I have. You have to assemble all the parts, right?
Exactly. That's a great way to think about the phrasal verb set up. It means to arrange or prepare something so it is ready for use.
So, does setup only apply to tents?
Not at all. You can set up lots of things. For example, you might set up a game board before you play or set up a new phone by installing apps.
Got it. So it's like organizing things to make them ready?
Yes, precisely. It's about making sure everything is in place. Try to think of another example where you might use set up.
What about setting up a meeting?
Perfect. Setting up a meeting involves arranging a time and place and making sure people know the details.
This makes it much clearer, Mr. Davis. Thanks.
Sarah, have you ever thought about why some people move to a new city and say they're finally going to settle down? What do you think that means?
When I hear settle down, I think about finding a place to live or maybe getting married.
You're on the right track. Settle down can mean deciding to live in one area permanently, especially after moving around a lot.
Does it only mean moving to a new place?
Not just that. It can also mean starting a more stable, calm life. Like when someone decides to focus on their career or family, we say they're settling down.
Oh, so it's about stability? Like finding routine and comfort?
Exactly, Sarah. Settle down is about creating a steady environment, often involving family, work, or even hobbies.
Interesting. I always thought it was more about marriage.
Arya, imagine you're at a restaurant. You look at the menu, but they don't have your favorite meal. What would you do?
I guess I would choose something else.
Exactly. That's when you settle for something. It means you choose something, even if it's not what you really want.
Oh, I see. So it's like a plan B?
Yes, kind of. Maybe you wanted pizza, but the menu only has pasta, so you settle for pasta.
Can it be used for things other than food?
Absolutely. If you want a red shirt, but they only have blue, you can settle for the blue one.
What about people? Can I settle for a friend?
Yes, but it sounds a little negative. We usually settle for things when we compromise a bit.
Got it. So it's like accepting something even if it's not perfect.
Exactly, Arya. It's about making the best choice with what you have. Arya, remember when you moved to a new school last year? That was a big change for you, right?
Yes, it was a really big change. Everything felt new and different.
Exactly, and you probably needed some time to settle in.
Settle in. What does that mean?
Settle in means to become comfortable in a new place or situation, like when you get used to a new school or house.
Like when I started making friends and feeling okay at school?
Yes, that's right, when you start feeling good about the new place and what happens there.
So it's about getting used to new things and feeling happy with them?
You've got it. It's like when your new routine starts to feel normal.
Thanks, George.
Yesterday, I was thinking about choosing a gift for Emma. It made me wonder, how do you choose when there are so many options?
Sometimes it takes a while. You need to settle on one choice. Do you know what I mean?
Not really sure. Can you explain settle on?
Of course, settle on means to decide or agree on something after thinking about it.
So if I settle on a gift, I choose one after looking at all the choices.
Exactly. First, you look at different things, and then you settle on the one you like best.
Ah, I see. So it's about making a final decision.
Yes, like if you're at a restaurant and you settle on a burger instead of a pizza, it means you picked the burger.
That makes sense. Thanks, Arya.
Anytime, George?
Arya, remember when we had lunch at the cafe last week? We need to settle up. Do you know what that means?
Not really, George. Can you explain it to me?
Of course. Settle up means to pay the money you owe, like when you have a bill to split with someone.
So, if we both eat together and you pay, I need to give you my half later to settle up.
Exactly. It's like saying, let's pay what we owe each other.
If we go out for coffee and I pay for both of us, you would settle up with me by giving me your share.
Yes, that's right, Arya. We make things even by paying our part.
That sounds fair. So, it's always about paying money you owe to another person, right?
Yes, it's mainly used for money, like after a group dinner when everyone needs to pay their share.
Thanks for explaining, George.
Arya, have you ever seen a dog shake water from its fur?
Yes, it's funny to watch.
That action helps explain the phrasal verb shake off.
Oh, interesting. How does it connect?
When the dog shakes the water off, it removes the water from its body.
So shake off means to remove something.
Exactly. It can also mean to get rid of something.
Like when I try to shake off a cold?
Yes, exactly. You try to get rid of the illness.
Can it mean letting go of a feeling too?
Absolutely. You can shake off fear or sadness.
That makes sense. Is there another example?
Sure, you could shake off sand from your shoes after the beach.
Great. I think I understand now. Thanks, George.
You're welcome, Arya.
Sarah, have you ever mixed colors in a paint palette and ended up with something entirely different than you expected?
Yes, I have. Sometimes it turns out surprisingly nice, though.
That's a great example. You know how it completely changes what's there? This is similar to what the phrasal verb shake up means.
Oh, how so?
When we use shake up, it means to make big changes to something, often in a way that makes it better, but it can also just be different.
So kind of like mixing paint to get a new color?
Exactly. For instance, if someone says a new manager is going to shake up a company, it means they're going to change how things are usually done, hoping for improvements.
Got it. So shake up is about making big changes.
Yes, and just like with paint, the results can be unexpected but often aim for something positive.
Look at how Jake is working hard now. He really started to shape up.
Shape up, what does that mean?
When you tell someone to shape up, it means you want them to improve or get better, especially in work or behavior.
So it's like asking someone to do better?
Exactly. Imagine if someone is not doing well in school. If they shape up, they start studying and improving their grades.
Got it. So Jake is doing better at work now?
Yes, before he was lazy and was late often, but now he is more focused and on time.
That sounds good. Is there another example?
Sure, if a team is losing a lot of games, the coach might tell them to shape up and practice more.
I see. It's about changing for the better.
Exactly. It's a positive change. Everyone can shape up when they put in effort.
Thanks, George. I understand now.
Guess what? I learned a new phrasal verb today. It's shoot down. Want to know what it means?
Sure, that sounds interesting. What does shoot down mean?
Well, it has two meanings. First, it means to stop an idea or plan quickly. Like if you have a plan and someone says no right away, they shoot it down.
If I say, let's go to the park, and you say, no, it's raining, you shoot down my plan?
Exactly. That's a perfect example. The other meaning is to hit something flying, like a plane, with a weapon.
Wow, that's different. So in a movie, if a character uses a gun to stop an airplane, they shoot it down?
Yes, that's it. But remember, we mostly use shoot down for stopping ideas or plans in everyday talk.
Thanks for explaining, George.
Imagine looking for a new pair of shoes, Aria. You don't just buy the first pair you see, right?
That's true, George. I like to see many options before picking one.
Exactly. That's what shop around means. It's about going to different stores to compare prices and quality.
It helps you find the best deal, then.
Yes, that's the idea. When you shop around, you look for the best price and maybe even better products.
So instead of buying quickly, you take your time to choose wisely.
Right. If you see the same item in several shops, you can pick the best one.
That sounds smart, but doesn't it take a long time?
Sometimes it does, but it can save money. You also learn about different brands and perks.
Interesting. So shop around is useful for big things like a car?
Yes, definitely for big purchases, but also everyday items. It helps in making informed decisions.
Thanks, George.
Have you ever done something amazing and really wanted everyone to notice it?
Oh, yes. Like when I drew a picture of my cat and I showed it to my whole family.
Exactly. When you wanted everyone to see your drawing, you were showing off your artwork. Do you know what that means?
Not really, but it sounds like it's about wanting people to see what you did.
That's right. To show off means to display something or an ability proudly because you're excited about it. It's like saying, look at what I can do.
Oh, so if I'm proud of something, I'm showing off when I show it to others?
Yes, you got it. Sometimes people show off to impress others, especially when they're good at something.
I remember when Jamie did cartwheels at recess. Was she showing off?
She was. She wanted her friends to see how well she could do them. Remember, it's okay to show off when you're proud, as long as it's positive.
Hi, Arya. I've been trying to understand the phrasal verb show up. Can you explain it to me?
Sure, George. Show up means to arrive or appear at a place, often unexpectedly or without prior notice.
So it's like when someone comes to an event or a meeting.
Exactly. For example, she will show up at the party tonight means she will arrive at the party.
Can you give another example?
Of course. If you have a job interview, you might say, I need to show up on time to make a good impression.
That makes sense. So it can be used for different situations, right?
Yes, it can. Another example is he didn't show up for the meeting, meaning he didn't attend the meeting.
Very clear, Arya. Is there any informal use of show up?
Definitely. Sometimes people use it to mean outdoing someone, like she really showed him up with her presentation.
Thanks, Arya.
Hey Sarah, have you ever noticed what happens when your computer suddenly stops working during a game?
Oh, yeah, it gets frustrating. Everything goes dark and I can't do anything until I restart it.
Exactly. That's a perfect way to talk about the phrasal verb shut down. Can you guess what it means?
I think so. Does it mean to turn something off?
Yes, spot on. Shut down usually means to turn off a machine or system. Like when you shut down your computer, it stops working completely.
Oh, so it's not only for computers?
Correct. It can be used for anything that needs to stop working or operate. For example, a factory can shut down during a holiday.
Got it. What about using it with people?
Great question. When talking about people, shut down can mean to stop communicating or stop an activity completely.
Imagine you're watching TV and your mom asks you to stop. What could you do?
I guess I would turn the TV off.
Exactly. When you turn something off, like a TV or a light, you can also say you shut off the TV or light.
So shut off means to turn off?
Yes, it does. It's a way to stop the power or stop something from working.
Can I use it for other things like my phone?
Yes, you can. If your phone is ringing too much, you can shut off the sound.
Oh, that's useful. What about water?
Great question. You can shut off the water when you're done washing dishes or brushing your teeth.
I can shut off many things like machines and lights?
Exactly, Arya. It's a handy phrase for stopping or turning things off safely and quickly.
Thanks, George.
Have you ever felt like you were locked out of a fun activity with friends?
Yeah, once I couldn't join a game because I was late.
That's a great example. Today, we're going to talk about the phrasal verb shut out. Can you guess what it means based on your experience?
Does it mean being excluded from something?
Exactly. Shut out means to prevent someone from being included or to not let them participate. It's like when a door is closed and someone is kept outside.
Oh, like when my brother shuts me out of his room when he wants to be alone?
That's a perfect example. It can also mean keeping out distractions to focus, like wearing headphones to shut out noise.
I see. So it's about exclusion or protection from something.
Precisely. You can use shut out in various contexts to describe being kept apart or keeping things away.
Imagine you are in a library, Arya. It's very quiet there, right?
Yes, libraries must be quiet for people to read.
Exactly. Now, sometimes when someone is too loud, people might say, "Shut up."
Shut up means to be quiet?
Yes, it's a way to tell someone to stop talking.
Is it a nice way to say it?
Not really. It's a bit rude. We should only use it in very serious times.
So if I want someone to be quiet, what can I say?
You can say, "Please be quiet," or "Can you lower your voice?"
That sounds much nicer. But why do people say shut up then?
Sometimes people feel very upset and they say "shut up" quickly, but it's better to stay calm.
I understand now. It's better to be polite.
Correct. Being polite helps keep everyone happy.
Thanks, George.
Hi, Arya. Do you know what the phrasal verb sign away means?
Hi, George. What does it mean?
Sign away means to give up something by signing a document, like when you sign your name.
So you lose something when you sign?
Yes, that's right. For example, if you have a house and you sign away your rights, someone else can own your house.
That sounds important. You have to be careful when signing?
Exactly. You should always read and understand what you are signing. Don't sign away things you want to keep.
Can you give me another example?
Sure. Imagine you have a painting. If you sign away the painting, you give the painting to someone else.
Thanks, George. It's a useful phrasal verb.
Aria, have you ever seen someone finish a letter with a special word or phrase?
Yes, I've noticed that, but I don't always know what they mean.
One of those words is sign off. Do you know what it means?
I think it's like ending something.
You're right. Sign off means to finish a message or give the final approval for something.
So you can sign off an email?
Exactly. At the end of an email, you might write best regards or sincerely and then your name. That's signing off.
Does it only work for emails and letters?
Good question. You can also sign off on a project. It means you agree it's done and it's ready to finish.
So it's like saying, I'm done with this.
Yes, and sometimes a boss might sign off on plans to show they approve.
Thanks, George. Now I get it.
Hi, Aria. Do you know what sign on means?
Can you tell me?
Sure. Sign on is a phrasal verb. We use it when someone agrees to do something like a job or a project.
Like when you start a new job?
Exactly, Aria. When you start a new job, you need to sign on to agree to work there.
I see. Do you have to write your name?
Yes, you often write your name as a promise to do the job. That's why we say sign on.
Can sign on mean anything else?
Yes, it can also mean to join a team or group, like in an online game.
So if I join an online team, I sign on?
That's right. You agree to be part of the team by signing on.
That makes sense. What about when I stop working or leave a team?
Good question, Aria. When you stop, you sign off instead.
Got it, George. Sign on to start and sign off to finish.
Perfect.
Sarah, have you ever wanted to join a fun activity or club at school but didn't know how to get involved?
Yeah, I've thought about joining the art club, but wasn't sure how to start.
Perfect. This is a great time to learn about the phrasal verb sign up. It's what you do to officially enroll in a club or event.
So, sign up means to join or register for something?
Exactly. When you sign up, you're putting your name on a list to participate in an activity. It shows you want to be part of it.
How do I sign up for the art club?
You'd either fill out a form online or write your name on a sign-up sheet at school. It's that simple.
That sounds easy. So after I sign up, I'm officially part of the club?
Yes. Once you've signed up, you're on the list. They'll contact you with any details or meetings.
Aria, have you ever been to a concert and joined in with the music?
Yes, I love doing that. It's so much fun to sing with others.
That's called sing along. It means to sing together with the music.
So when I sing a song that is playing, I sing along?
Exactly. You can sing along when you know the words, or even if you just hum the tune.
Can sing along happen with friends at home too?
Yes, you can sing along to music on the radio or a video with family and friends.
Nice. Do people sing along to train their voice?
Sometimes it helps with learning words or just for fun.
I get it now. It is not just about singing alone.
Right, it's sharing music with others. You experience it together.
I like that idea. I'll sing along more often.
I was reading something yesterday, Aria, and a phrase caught my eye. Sink in. Have you heard it before?
Can you tell me, George?
Sure. When someone says something needs to sink in, they mean you need time to understand it fully.
So it's like when you hear something but don't understand it right away?
Exactly. It's like a sponge soaking up water. The water needs time to sink into the sponge.
If I learn something new, it might take a while for it to sink in?
That's right, Aria. When news or information is surprising, it can take a moment to sink in.
Can you use it in a sentence for me?
Sure. After hearing the news, it took a while to sink in that we won the competition.
Thanks, George. Now I know how to use sink in better.
Hey, Aria, have you ever heard someone use sit around? It's an interesting phrase.
Can you explain it, George?
Sure. Sit around means to spend time sitting and doing nothing special or important.
Like when I just relax on the sofa without any plans?
Exactly. If you're just resting and not doing much, you're sitting around.
Is it a bad thing to sit around?
Not always. Sometimes it's nice to relax and take a break. But if you sit around too much, you might get bored.
Thanks, George. Now I understand sit around better.
Look at this nice park, Aria. Have you ever heard the phrase sit back?
Sit back? I think I have, but I'm not sure about the meaning.
It's like when you sit down and relax, like sitting in a comfy chair and not doing anything.
So it's like taking a break?
Exactly. When someone says sit back, they mean you should just relax and not worry.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Sure. If someone is working too hard, you might say, you should sit back and enjoy your time.
That makes sense. It's like telling someone to stop working and just relax for a bit.
Right. It's nice to sit back sometimes and watch the clouds or read a book.
I like that idea. It's important to relax and enjoy the moment, right?
Absolutely, Aria. Sitting back can help make you feel calm and happy.
Thanks, George.
Mr. Davis, I was watching a movie yesterday, and one character kept telling others to sit down. Can you explain sit down?
That's a great observation, Sarah. The phrase sit down is a phrasal verb, which means it uses multiple words to give a specific action.
So, is it different from just saying sit?
Yes, it is. Sit simply means to be seated, but sit down is more about the action of moving from a standing to a sitting position.
Oh, I get it. Like when a teacher asks us to sit down at the start of class?
Exactly. It's a way to guide or instruct someone to take a seat.
Are there other scenarios where sit down is used?
Definitely. You might hear sit down used when someone is inviting another person to join a conversation or discussion. It can be both literal and friendly.
That's helpful, so it means more than just taking a seat.
Exactly, Sarah. It adds an element of action or context to the simple act of sitting.
Aria, imagine if your teacher is sick one day. What do you think happens in class then?
Maybe the class is canceled?
Sometimes that happens, but often another teacher takes over. We call this sit-in for.
So sit-in for is like replacing someone?
Exactly. When a person can't do their job, someone else sits in for them. It's like filling in for a friend.
Can it be used outside school too?
Yes. For example, if a radio host can't be there, another person can sit in for them.
What about at work?
At work, if your boss can't attend a meeting, another person might sit in for them.
That makes sense. So it's like helping out when someone is absent.
Right. It's a way to make sure things keep running smoothly.
I understand now. Thanks, George.
Aria, when you join a class or meeting, but you don't take part, what do you call it?
Maybe attend but not speak.
Yes, exactly. We call that sit in on. For example, I will sit in on the class today.
So it means be there but not participate actively.
Right. You watch and listen, but don't speak or do tasks.
Can you use it for any type of meeting or class?
Yes, you can. It can be work meetings, school classes, or even events.
Interesting. Does sit-in on always mean quiet then?
Usually, yes. It's more about learning or observing without taking part directly.
Can you give one more example, George?
Sure. She will sit in on the art class to see if she likes it.
I see. So someone might sit in on classes to decide if they want to join?
Exactly. It's a way to explore and understand more about a topic before committing.
Thanks, George. That helps.
Aria, last weekend I missed the dance show. I decided to sit out instead. Do you know what sit out means?
Does it mean you didn't join in?
Exactly. Sit out means not to take part in something. Like if there's a game or event, and someone decides not to join.
If you're tired, you might sit out a game.
Yes, that's right. It's like taking a break or resting by not playing or joining.
Can you sit out because you don't like the activity?
Of course, if you don't enjoy it, you can choose to sit out. It's about choosing not to join in.
If my friends are playing soccer and I want to read, I can say, I'll sit this one out.
Yes, perfect example. You're choosing not to play.
Thanks, George. Now I understand.
Can you guess the phrasal verb we use when we change from a lying position to a sitting one?
Is it sit up?
Exactly. Sit up means moving your body from lying to sitting.
Like when I get up in the morning?
Yes, when you move from lying in bed to sitting on the edge, that's sit up.
Okay, and is it also sitting up straight in a chair?
Yes, it can mean sitting straight in a chair when someone says sit up during class.
So it has two meanings.
Correct. It's used for getting up and for sitting straight.
Thanks, George. Hi, George. What does size up mean?
Size up means to look at something or someone and try to understand how big, good, or strong they are.
Like when you look at a new place and try to see if it is big enough?
Yes, exactly. Or when you meet a person and think if they are friendly or not.
So size up is like judging something or someone.
Right? But it's more about getting an idea, not full judging.
Can we use size up in a sentence?
Sure, before the race, the runner sized up the track to see how challenging it was.
I see. Can you size up people too?
Yes, you can. For example, in a game, you might size up your opponent to plan your strategy.
Interesting. So it's like checking things out?
Yes, and it helps you decide what to do next.
Thanks, George.
You know, Aria, English can be quite tricky with its phrasal verbs.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, let's talk about sleep around. It doesn't mean sleeping in different places.
What does it mean then?
Well, sleep around means to have many romantic partners, not just one.
It's not just about sleeping.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with actual sleep. It's about having relationships.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends. Some people think it's bad because it means someone is not faithful.
I see. So it's more about trust and being loyal.
Yes, when people say someone sleeps around, they might think that person doesn't stay with one partner.
Got it. English really has special ways to say things.
True, phrasal verbs are a part of what makes English interesting.
Thanks, George.
Aria, guess what I did this morning?
What happened, George?
I got to sleep in today.
Sleep in? What does that mean?
It means I stayed in bed longer than usual. I didn't wake up early.
So you got extra rest?
Yes, I didn't set an alarm. I just let myself wake up naturally.
That sounds nice. Do people sleep in every day?
Not always. Some people sleep in on weekends.
Can kids sleep in too?
Yes, when they don't have school. It's like a mini holiday.
So sleeping in is just about more sleep?
Exactly. It helps you feel rested and happy.
I think I'll try to sleep in this weekend.
Good idea, Aria. It's a great way to relax.
Thanks, George.
Guess what happened yesterday at the game?
Was it something funny?
Well, during the game, our team made a small mistake. We let the other team score.
Ah, that's too bad. What happened?
The coach said we slipped up.
Slipped up? What does that mean?
It means to make a small mistake, like when you forget something important or do something wrong by accident.
So it's not a big mistake, just a little one.
Exactly. It's like when you drop your ice cream because you're not paying attention.
Thanks, George. Now I know slip up means to make a small mistake.
You got it, Aria. Now you can use it when you talk about little mistakes. Today, let's talk about the phrasal verb slow down. Do you know what it means?
Hi, George. I think it means to reduce speed, right?
Exactly. Slow down means to decrease speed. It's often used when driving or moving too quickly.
So if someone is driving too fast, you'd say slow down?
Yes, exactly. But it can also be used metaphorically. For example, if someone is working too hard, you might tell them to slow down to avoid burnout.
So it's not just about physical speed. It can mean taking time to relax, too.
Precisely. It encourages taking a break or being more mindful rather than rushing.
Can slow down also refer to speech, like speaking too quickly?
Yes, it can. If someone is speaking too fast and it's hard to understand, you could ask them to slow down.
Interesting. It's versatile, so it's useful in many contexts.
Definitely. Whether referring to physical speed, work pace, or speech, slow down encourages a more measured approach.
Thanks, George.
You know, Arya, sometimes friends fight and they don't feel happy. What can you do when this happens?
You can try to help them, maybe talk with them.
Yes, or you can smooth over the fight. Do you know what that means?
Can you explain, George?
To smooth over is to make things better or less bad between people, like fixing a small problem.
So it's like saying sorry or helping them be friends again.
Exactly. You help them feel good with each other again, like calming the waters in a storm.
That sounds nice. Can you give me an example?
Sure, if two friends argue about a game, you can smooth over by talking with them. You help them see it's not a big problem.
I see. So they can be happy again after the argument?
Yes, it's like making the problem smaller so everyone can be happy together.
I like that. Smooth over is useful for friends.
Totally, it helps keep peace and smiles around. Arya, can I tell you about something interesting I learned today? It's about the phrasal verb snap up.
Sure, George. What's snap up?
Snap up means to buy or get something quickly, especially because it's a good deal or it's rare.
Like when there's a big sale?
Exactly. People often snap up items during sales because they want to get them before they're gone.
So it's like acting fast?
Yes. Imagine there's only one toy left in the store and you really want it. You would snap it up before someone else takes it.
I see, so it's about being quick to get something good.
Right. Another example is concert tickets. They usually sell out fast, so fans snap them up as soon as possible.
This is easy to understand now. Thanks, George.
Arya, imagine you have a messy desk with papers everywhere. What would you do?
I guess I would clean it up or organize it.
Exactly. When you organize things, you sort out your desk. Sort out means to put things in order or solve a problem.
So it's like fixing a problem or making things neat?
Yes, that's right. For example, if there are issues at work, you might need to sort them out by finding solutions.
Can you use it with people too?
Definitely. If you have a disagreement with a friend, you might meet to sort it out and make peace.
I see. So it's about making things correct or better.
Exactly, Arya. It's like arranging things so everything is right and clear.
What about sorting out plans? Does it work the same way?
Yes, if plans are unclear, you can sort out the details to know what to do.
Now I understand sort out is really useful.
Arya, I heard someone use speak for today and wondered if you know what it means.
Speak for is an interesting phrasal verb. It means to talk on behalf of someone else.
So like if I say I speak for the group, I'm giving my opinion for everyone.
Exactly. When you speak for someone, you're saying their thoughts or feelings too.
Can I use it to say I speak for my friend if I'm expressing what my friend thinks?
Yes, you can. But be sure your friend agrees with what you say.
What if I say the manager speaks for the team? Does it mean the team agrees with the manager?
Yes, in that case, the manager is talking about the team's ideas or feelings.
That makes sense. So speak for yourself can mean I don't agree?
Exactly, George. If you don't share the same view, you might say speak for yourself.
Thanks, Arya. Now I get why people use speak for when talking about group opinions.